You're listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of Noise Media Network, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County and beyond. Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett land and all of you around the world. Listen to the sound of my voice. It's a beautiful day here in Gwinnett County. I'm a little stuffy right now. I know. I sound crazy, but I can't figure out whether I have allergies or whether I have a cold. I can't even tell. I don't feel achy, but my ear has been itching for the last 3 or 4 days. My throat has been itching for the last 3 or 4 days. So part of me think it's allergies, but nonetheless, I'm happy to be with you today. I gotta tell y'all though, I can't talk a lot because when I start talking a lot, I get that little tickle in the back of my throat and then I start coughing. So I'm gonna take it nice and slow, and it's going to be kind of a short show today, but I'm glad to be here. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. It's a beautiful day here in Gwinnett County, 70 degrees going up to a high of 79, so that's pretty nice. Just mild enough so you can just have on a sweater, but you don't have to have on a coat. Some people probably going to have on shorts. Me, I'm going to stay covered up because I don't know if I got a cold or if I got allergies. Something tells me it's allergy, so because it's the nose and the ear and the throat, like all that, right, like scratchy, like I just want to get inside my ear and just scratch. But anyway, glad to be here with you today. It's also National Idaho Day. I don't know what that means. Idaho has a day. It's also National Cherry Cobbler Day. I don't like cherry cobbler. Let me tell you what I like. I would have if I had a cobbler, I would take the crust off the cobbler, not the fruit. I don't like cooked up fruit. I can't begin to tell y'all why that is. I don't like cooked up fruit. And I never had. My mother used to make my father a blackberry cobbler, and he loved that, but all I like was the crust off the cobbler. So I'm weird like that. I don't like it. It's also National Walnut Day. So if you like walnuts, this National Walnut Day is National Peach Cobbler Day, and it's also National Graduation Tassel Day. So you got a bunch of things going on today. Yep, got a bunch of things going on. So listen, I'm going to do your horoscopes, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to give you the word for the week because Georgette is still not here. She's in New York. She's in the Big Apple hanging out. New York is her home, so she's hanging out in New York with her mom, taking care of mom. You know, we got to take care. Listen, you got to take care of your mom while you can. You just got to. You know, you may not never get that chance again. So, me personally, I tell you, cherish every second. I tell you, I go through a little bit every day. I try to stay busy to keep my mind focused, you know. So I don't, you know, I don't say I don't want to think about my mom, but I miss her so much till every little tiny little thing. I was like, oh man, that's something she would say. That's something she would do, you know. So she's up there hanging out with her mom, and that's a good thing. She got a chance to do that, and that's a wonderful thing. I could tell y'all it's a wonderful thing. Anyway, let's go ahead and get on with our horoscopes, brought to you by Noted Astrologer Micah Thyssen. Wait, let me tell y'all this real quick. We did a town hall for the DA. So District Attorney Patsy Austin Gatson did a town hall this past Friday, and it went really well. It went really well, and I think what was so cool about it, and I got a lot of good feedback from people that were there. They thought I did a good job. They also thought that some of the initiatives that she have going on right now are just great initiatives. So, you know, when people get elected to an office, they take that the burn of that whole thing on their shoulders. So, you know, it's a community service that you take on, and it's a lot. There are people there who want. I'm sure that there was a guy there. He really wanted her to say, "We're gonna give you some money for your nonprofit," because he kept talking about it. She couldn't say that. And I don't even think that was a part of her department, because he first started out saying, you know, we have a program. I would like for you to take a look at some of the stats from the program. She totally agreed. Sure, send it to me. I'll take a look at it. And then he got back up to the microphone again. He was talking about he put his own money in and this, that, and the third. But here's the thing. When you become a community leader, especially when you're not in government, it's your choice to do that. And so, of course, it's a business, whether it's a nonprofit or a for-profit. So you're going to be required to invest in your cause until you can get people to find a heart to invest in your cause with you. And so I think he really wanted her to say, we got money for that. And she may do have a budget for that. But that meeting was really for her to answer questions about what she needs to do to make sure we stay safe in Gwinnett County. It was also for her to share the information about initiatives that she has on the table. I can tell y'all one. that I talked about and I asked her questions about. I was a moderator on Friday night, and let me tell you, I got that tickle in my throat, and I was like, oh my God, I'm standing here at the podium and my ear is itching. But anyway, one of the initiatives that she has put out is two that really stuck out to me, and I made sure I asked her about them, so the audience can know about them. One was she was opening up cold cases. So if there was a case that went unsolved, it's a cold case, she's going to be opening those back up. And I want to say Brenda Lopez said it's about 176 cold cases here in Gwinnett County. I thought that was pretty cool, to give a family some closure and to help them find some peace in knowing that whoever did something to take the lives of their family members or commit a crime against a family member, that they're going to come, they're going to seek justice for that person. And it just hasn't been blown off. You know what I'm saying? So that was one thing. The other thing that I found very interesting, and I asked her this question. She said if a drug dealer is selling opioids and someone that they sell opioids to die, specifically with fentanyl, if somebody dies and they know who sold that to that person, they're going to be charged with murder. Yeah, they're going to be charged with murder. And I said to her, okay, so I know that sometimes people think that pills are just pills or whatever. How do you get the word out to these people who are selling drugs so they don't go down? First of all, they shouldn't be selling drugs. Let's put that out there, the first thing. The second thing is you're selling drugs, you think it's harmless because it's just a pill, and then that pill kills somebody, you're going to jail for murder. And I asked her, how do we get the message out to drug dealers? If you sell somebody a pill that has fentanyl in it, you're going to jail for murder. And she said it's up to the community to spread the word. So I'm here today to spread the word that if you know somebody who is selling opioids, and it has fentanyl in it, whether it has fentanyl or not, don't sell them. Because if somebody dies because of that, you're going to prison. You're going to get charged with murder. And although you may think that it's a harmless little pill and it's worth the $25 that you're getting, is it worth your life in prison? I had to say that because when I found out about that particular part of what she's doing, I'm like, oh my God, because I know that there are people out there selling drugs and they think it's nothing. If you get caught selling drugs, you're going to jail. If someone you sell drugs to die, you're going to get charged with murder. So I'm doing my part to let you know, drug dealer, Mr. Drug Dealer, I'm doing my part to let you know, if someone dies because you sold them some drugs that have fentanyl in them, you're going to get charged with murder. And so we did the town hall. It was a great event. There were quite a few people out who had questions for her about, things that she was going to be doing in the community, some of the initiatives that she's already taken care of. We got a chance to talk to some of her team, ask them questions about what they were doing. One of the other programs that I thought was pretty cool was the program that has a safe house attached to it, and it's a partnership with PADV for a safe house for women who have been abused and they need to just get away. And there's a safe house. There's a program for that. I don't even know if a lot of people know that, but if you are a woman who's been abused, there's a safe haven for you here in Gwinnett County, and we have a safe house. And so the organization is PADV. I don't have the website for that one right now, but it's PADV, and I'll get more information about that and post it on the Good Morning Gwinnett website. So I really enjoyed being the moderator for the event for DA, Madam DA, and I look forward to working with her and helping her spread the word about what she's doing and hearing back from our residents about what they need. And so that was a great event. So if you missed that event, don't worry, it's going to be coming again. I want to say it's going to either be quarterly or bi-monthly. So she hasn't made up her mind about that just yet. So that's going to be coming. All right, let's go ahead and get on with your horoscopes, brought to you by Noted Astrologer Micah Thyssen for today, May the 17th. I want to give a happy shout out to my cousin Betty Jean, all the way in heaven. That was my mom's first cousin. They were like sisters. Betty was the only child. My mom, it was 8 of them. So Betty was my aunt's, my grandmother's niece, her sister's daughter, and my aunt only had one. And so Betty, but they all grew up together. So it was like that was like their sister, and she was like my aunt. She was my cousin, but she was like my aunt. So happy birthday all the way up into heaven, baby. I miss you and my mom for a lot. All right, we're going to kick it off like we always do, and that is with Aries. Physical activities will help diffuse your frustrations. You have worked hard, and the payback is now. Emotional matters may not be easy for you to handle. Listen, you worked hard, Aries. You worked hard. The payback is now. Sometimes it don't look like it's coming, but it's coming. Your payback is coming because you worked hard and you earned it. Taurus, real estate and joint ventures will be profitable. Those who have been demanding should be put in their place or out to pasture. Now listen, I'm not saying that. That's what Michael is saying. He said the stars is telling you. I'm not telling you put anybody out to pasture. Put in their place, maybe. Out to pasture? I'm not saying that. You should be putting in some overtime. You need some extra cash right now, Taurus. Put in some overtime. But the demanding people, put them in their place. I'm not telling you put anybody out the pasture. That's what this horoscope is saying. I'm saying put them in their place. In the meantime, get that money. Do some overtime. Gemini, don't let oppositions from those envious of your talents daunt your progress. Don't let others restrict you from saying how you feel about family issues. Travel would lead you in a new direction. Okay, listen. Don't let people get in your way. Just don't. You got things to do. Tell them, listen, move. I got to get this done. You're in my way. Do it in a nice way. Do it in a nice way, but nonetheless do it. Cancer, your trendy style and your unique way of doing things will entice new acquaintances. You must not allow them to force you to rush. You can pick up additional responsibility that will lead to higher wages and a better position. Listen, my daughter's a Cancer. She took some beautiful pictures this past weekend. I'm talking about gorgeous. And I'm not just saying it because she's my daughter, but the photographer, he wanted her to do a photo shoot with him, and the pictures were amazing. I was like, oh my God, that's so beautiful. But she has this style about her, and she can make anything look nice. I tell her all the time, like, listen, like she has to do my hair. Like, we going to Boston this weekend to celebrate the life of marvelous Marvin Hagler, who is her grandfather. And they're having a big celebration in Boston this weekend. And so I was like, you got to do my hair. Because this was for Arizona. It was hot, so I needed this. Now I need something for Boston because it's not quite as hot. It's probably kind of cold in Boston. But anyway, so my brother said to me when he saw me on Friday night, he's like, I like your hair. Who did your hair? I was like, you know who did it. My daughter she's a whiz at all that stuff. Making stuff look pretty. I used to try to get her to go into the business of staging because she knows how to make everything look nice. Like your house, everything. She that's a talent for her, but I don't think she see real money in that. But it is real money, and it's big money. If she look at HGTV, I try to tell the girl it's big money in that. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Leo, consider making residential changes. Either moves or renovations could pay off. You need to spend some time reflecting on past experiences and involvements. Don't jump as quickly as you usually do. Look, pump the brakes, Leo. Pump the brakes is something you need to see before you make that move. So don't jump as quickly as you usually do. Stop for a second. It's something you need to see before you make that leap. Virgo, travel may be confusing. You may be ill-treated if you have to deal with institutional environments. Your devotion will be persuasive. Yeah, travel may be confusing. Where you got to go this weekend, Virgo? You got to travel? Like, listen, book your tickets in advance. That's all I got to say. When you book your tickets in advance, you ain't got to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about book everything. Listen, when we book, we schedule our seats. I hate getting to the airport. I would hate to get to I would hate to get to the airport and have to figure out where I'm going to be sitting. I don't like that. We book our seats. We reserve our seats when we get our tickets. That makes travel less confusing. I pack when I think I'm going to need, I pack what I think I might not want, but I may need something just in case. I be like, listen, I'm good when it comes to that stuff. So you need to be good too. Don't let your travel be confusing. Book in advance. That way you ain't got to be doing things last minute. All right, I'm going to a song. I'll be right back after this song to give you more of the horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Mike Thyssen. Stay tuned.
Should we have fun tonight? You felt alright, but it's time to pick up your phone. You'll be worth more while. Me, you won't work out. Pick it up, get it go. It's not on you, baby. It's not on you, my baby. I'm just the right kind of for you. You deserve somebody who's loving you. You shouldn't call later. Promise it's for the better. I'm just the right kind of for you. 'Cause I got a rule. I hold on to my heart. There ain't nobody. I don't want nobody else. Yeah, I hold on to my heart. Give it to nobody. I just keep it to myself. I got a rule. to somebody other than you. You shouldn't call it out. Promise it's for the better. I'm just a bad for you. Cause I got a rule. I hold on to my heart. Shouldn't nobody. I don't want nobody. Yeah, I hold on to my heart. Give it up to nobody. I just keep it to myself. I like to get more. I like to get more. So hold on to my heart. Now hold on to my heart. I can't hold more. This way I want to go. So hold on to my heart. Yeah, hold on to my heart.
Welcome back. It's your girl, Audrey Bell Kearney, giving you the daily horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thias. So we're going to pick it up with Libra. However, you should be concerned about what you want in return. You will be able to catch up on overdue paperwork. Don't be too hard on your mate. All right, Libra, listen. You're going to be able to, you're going to have to not be so hard on your mate. Listen, my brother's a Libra. Sometimes I'm like, man, he's a good guy, though. Don't be so hard on your mate to date Libras. None of you. Ladies and guys. He's married to a Libra, so they both are Libras. Ooh, that goes double for both of them today. Scorpio, your colorful conversations may attract new mates. You may lay down ground rules so that you can complete a job. Look into attending seminars that could expand your perception. I'm always fond of learning, baby. Listen, you got to learn something new. That's what you got to do. It's going to expand your perception. It's going to expand your knowledge of things. Learn something new. Sagittarius, you will be your usual charming self, and the partners you attract may be adventurous types. All right? Don't let your partner get you going. You are best to travel or attend lectures or seminars. Get proper medical attention and confront your situation decisively. Yeah, listen here. Yeah, go to a seminar. Like right now, we're opening back up. Put your mask on. Go to a seminar. Learn something new. I just said that to what was that? Leo, Libra. Learn something new. Virgo, somebody. Learn something new. Capricorn, you need to challenge yourself. You'll be in the doghouse if you are being. Yeah, you're going to be in the doghouse today, Capricorn. Make sure all of your travel and driver's documents are in the proper order. It's a lot of traveling going on today. Travel somewhere, but if you're going to travel, have your passport, have your ID, your registration is good, your insurance is good, all that needs to be in, you need to have it, all of it in the proper documents, in the proper order, if you're going to be traveling today. Aquarius, delve into worthwhile causes that will show you results if you put in the effort. Need some adventure in your life? All right, exotic destinations beckons you. Some spent with a special someone should be your intent. There go another travel. Listen, travel. So everybody's going to be traveling. I think it's because the weather is breaking. The masks are coming off, so I've heard. I haven't really taken mine off just yet. And people are ready to get back to life for real. A lot of people never stop life. They was like, whatever, it's going to happen, it's going to happen. I wasn't one of them. I stopped. I shut down. Pisces, my fellow fish. You will find the money could slip through your fingers. Develop your good ideas. Don't be afraid to confront situations concerning loved ones in order to solve any problems that may exist. All right, fish, listen here. Don't let the money slip through your hands. And here's the thing. Don't close them too tightly because you got to have a little room so some can come in. But don't let any get out. Some needs to come in, so don't close them like this. Close them like this. So none gets out. Hold it like this. But you can still let some in. Develop your good ideas. Speaking of a good idea. So y'all know last Wednesday, I did Wise Women Invest Wednesday, which is cool. I'm going to be doing it a lot more. I'm excited about that. And it was supposed to be a part of this podcast. However, after talking to Carolyn Shoemate, who was my guest last Wednesday, it is going to be a standalone podcast on its own. And I had been thinking about that for some time, and we love the way it flowed. We love the fact that we're going to be able to talk just about that. So instead of breaking it up where I'm talking about the news the first half of the morning and then we talk about investing, it's going to be a show dedicated just to investing. So we're going to be talking about anything from stocks, bonds, mutual funds, cryptocurrency, real estate investment, crowdfunding, equity crowdfunding for your business investing, understanding what a 529 is, understanding, how to use life insurance to create wealth, understanding how to get these policies that will allow you to take the money out if you become terminally ill before the policy is up. Oh, my throat, y'all. Hold up. Oh, I got to go to a song. I'll be right back after this song. Welcome back. So listen, I told y'all earlier, I get that tickle and I can't talk. So now I got to talk really slow and really soft so that I don't get like all this oxygen in. So I'm tickled. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get on with the news because I don't want to have to do that again. I had to just jump off because it started scratching. Anyway, Governor Kemp extended the state's temporary suspension of the fuel tax until this Friday. Because, right now, there's still gas. The gas, there's no premium gas hardly anywhere. And so in order for him to give Colonial Pipeline time to become fully operational, he has extended the gas tax suspension until Friday. So there will be no gas tax until Friday. Here's the thing, though. I've seen some prices go up on the gas. Even though he suspended the tax, I guess they figured they got to make up for it some kind of way. And so the gas that was normally $2.99 was like $3.19 and $3.29. So he suspended the tax, but the gas stations have still did a little increase to make up for that. So Colonia said they're going to be back up online pretty soon. You know, they got hacked, and it shut them down. Now, somebody told me that they wind up paying $5 million to get so the attackers could leave them alone. I don't know how true that is, but that's something that I heard. Could be true, I don't know. That was something that I heard. All right, so Norcross take a stance against actions and beliefs that target minority populations in the wake of the uprising against Asian Americans across the United States. So City Council unanimously passed a resolution on May 3rd saying that they would not tolerate discrimination, hate crimes, or racism in Gwinnett County. It's not going to happen. Mayor Craig News signed it on May 7th. The resolution states that racism and hate have no place in Norcross and that the city is committed to working actively against all forms of racism and injustice. Yeah. So there's no place for racism in Gwinnett County, not just Norcross, but Gwinnett County at all. I forgot to give y'all the word of the week. The word of the week is wise. I just jumped at it because I was supposed to do it right after the horoscope. And but I got that tickle. Anyway, the word for the week is wise. We all have some type of wisdom. If you've been living on this earth, there's something you have some wisdom about, and you can impart that wisdom and knowledge onto someone else. So I'm not doing the word justice right now. First of all, I forgot. Second of all, I'm tickling again. I'm trying not to tickle. I got this cough drop in my mouth. I keep the menthol in the back of my throat. Georgette does a better job than me at this, especially when I can't talk because all this stuff is going on. But anyway, the word is wise. You have some wisdom that you can impart upon on someone. If you've been living on this earth, there's something that you know that you can share with someone else that's going to be some wise words to them. And I know you may not think so, because some people think, well, what do I have to offer? Why would somebody listen to me? Because you have something of value that they may need to hear. Don't count yourself out. If you've been living here on this earth, you got some wisdom to share. So your word for the week is wise. I am trying to get through this, y'all. Just bear with me because it's tickling again. It's tickling again. You can now schedule an appointment at the Gwinnett tag office. So now you don't have to stand in line to get your tags. You can schedule an appointment. Appointments can be made up to 2 weeks in advance and are available from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Friday, except in Lawrenceville, the tag office is closed on Monday. So instead of you standing in line now, you can make an appointment so you can go at your appointed time. That way you don't have to stand in line. I'm glad I don't have to do that at all. My husband did it for us back in March. And he stood in the line. Not only did he stand in the line, I think where he went, something happened. He had to leave Lawrenceville and go to Snellville and get on another line. It was crazy. But we had to get, you got to get your tags and you got to get your registrations and stuff. The tax commissioner's office is encouraging residents to use the mail and or online or kiosk services. Now, kiosk services, they have them in some of the Krogers. And the good thing about that is that Kroger's stay open till like 1 o'clock in the morning. So if you just got something simple to get, you can go and pay, renew your tags, pay your insurance bonds and all that stuff. Change your address at some of these kiosks. And if it's the ones at Kroger's, Kroger's stay open till like 1 o'clock in the morning. I think the Kroger's in Decula has one. The two Kroger's over here in Lawrenceville on Grayson Highway, I don't think they have them, but the one in Decula I think has a kiosk in there. So now you can make an appointment. You don't have to stand in line to get your tags. You can make an appointment, which is good. Don't you like that better? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There is a new, well, I don't know if she's a new author, but she is an author. Her name is Belinda Ford. She's the author of the recently self-published children's books, Mommy Tell Me About When You Were Little. And that sounds so cute. Yeah, she's a Duluth resident, and she has a she began a writing career with a Dear John letter. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Ford, the author of recently self-published children's book, Mommy Tell Me Tell Me About You When You Were Little, said her path was forged as a preteen living in Indianapolis. It was kind of thrust upon me, she said. She's been living in Gwinnett County for 28 years. The first time I knew I could write was in the 4th grade. Let me tell y'all something. When I was in school, it was crazy, though. Congratulations to Belinda for writing that book, and our little girls need that. I think that's a great thing. She should do a book signing. I used to do book signings all the time. When I was in school, I was good at math and science. Writing was not my thing. And go figure, now I've written about, I think I might have written 8 books. I know 4 or 5 of them are on Amazon right now. But I think I've written a total of about 8. And so, here's the thing, y'all. Everybody has a story to tell, and I don't consider myself a writer at all. Belinda probably is a great writer. I don't consider myself a writer. I consider myself an entrepreneur with wisdom that I like to put in books for people who don't want to listen to me talk. Listen, everybody learns differently. She has decided to take her talents and put it into children's books. She's the author of 2 other books, one for children and one for young adults. She's also a preschool teacher at First Baptist Duluth. The idea for her latest book came from her mother, the late Fannie Mae Dye, who thought Ford's youngest daughter Ariel had some interesting things to say during her growing up years. So, she was inspired by her mom, and that's a good thing. And her youngest daughter. So she has a great book out for young girls. Tell me about when you were little. I think that's... My daughter's never asked me that, but I think I probably told her anyway. My daughter swears I talk a lot. She talk a lot too, though. She wouldn't admit it, but she does. She talk a lot. Congratulations, Belinda, on the new book. It's always good when you can have a new book. So Gwinnett County High School wins a grant for robotics. Listen, I keep telling y'all, these kids in this county right here, I don't know about any other county because I don't live in any other county. So when you hear me bragging about my county, it's because it's where I live. This is what I know about. I don't know about your county. You need to brag about your county. Start Good Morning, whatever your county is. I'm talking about Gwinnett. Anyway, State Farm, the Illinois-based insurance company, recently gave more than $24,000 to Lanier High School in Gwinnett County for robotics. Smart. Yes. The high school Center for Design and Technology program will use the money to bolster robotics programs at Lanier and its feeder elementary and middle schools, according to news releases from Gwinnett County Public Schools. The State Farm IT personnel also give up so much of their time and energy to make each event a success, said Mike Riley, a Lanier teacher, in the news release. So kudos to our kids over there. Let's give them a round of applause. Look, some kids are smart. They're doing great things. They are. There was the Generations, and I missed it because I wasn't feeling well. The Generations Expo this past weekend at the fairgrounds, and I wanted to go, and it was my intentions to go, but I did not go because I wasn't feeling well, because I was stuffy and itchy and sounding like this and just feeling crappy pretty much, right? So I may have a cold, but I was feeling pretty crappy. But anyway, the Generations Expo was last week. Somebody is actually calling in on my line. I can't even believe that. Like, who is that calling? I don't have a call-in anymore. Like, I do everything via StreamYard. That's why I do the video. But anyway, Generations Expo was last week. There's also another expo coming up I got to tell you guys about that I'm going to be taking part in. Not an expo. It's a marketplace. And I think this is pretty cool. Hold on. Let me tell you what it is. I got to get it. Get it. All right. So it's called the Prime Marketplace. It's going to be coming up June 12th. And they're looking for vendors. So if you want to be a vendor, the vendor tables are $75. If you want to be a food vendor, it's going to be $100. And they're looking for vendors. But this is a marketplace. And if you're an entrepreneur, you're trying to get your information out there to people, I think this is a good opportunity for you. It says the Promised Lands plus Prime Theory event. Staying true to a rich history, the Promised Land is going to be for Juneteenth, in celebration of Juneteenth. And it's going to be, it's brought to you together by Gwinnett, DeKalb, and Rockdale communities. So it's going to be June the 12th from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. And it's called Promised Land. And it's going to be an expo, and you can go and you can become a vendor. I'm going to be there vending, sharing information about what I do on the podcast. They're looking for volunteers. If you want to be a partner, they're looking for partners. You can go to the promisedlandmarket.com, thepromisedlandmarket.com. Now, if you want to go be a vendor, you might want to go ahead and send your information in to become a vendor, because I'm sure vendor space is going to sell out. And if you want to volunteer, you can do so too. So go to thepromisedlandmarket.com, thepromisedlandmarket.com, and you can find out how to be a vendor. Now, let me just tell you this, because some people don't ever want to vendor anything. But if you're in business, and I was talking to somebody, I can't tell y'all how many things I've done that I did not want to do because I'm an entrepreneur and I was trying to grow my business. And so whenever I see an opportunity that makes sense for me, I'm there. Like, I'm going to be at this one. I'm going to be, probably passing out something, the cookies or something. But I'm going to be there so people can understand that this is what I do. I'm a podcaster. I have a media and marketing company. And we focus on helping people launch podcasts as well as getting their advertisements on podcasts. So you need to be thinking about putting your business out in front of the community, especially if your business is about community. And I told you earlier, we're going to be launching the Wise Women Invest podcast separately from Good Morning Gwinnett because I feel like it needs to stand on its own. And Carolyn and I talked about that, and we have some great information to bring to you guys. It's just a great way for you to share information about what you do when you go to these events like that. So I'll be there vending. I'll probably be doing live streaming with Good Morning Gwinnett. Maybe not, because that's going to be in the afternoon. But anyway, check it out. All right, I'm going to my last song. I'll be right back after this song because I'm trying to stay good so my throat lasts long. Hold on. Stay tuned. Welcome back. It's your girl, Orgy Bell Kearney, ready to close it out for you. Listen, my throat is tickling, y'all. It's so funny because I feel like I was kind of all over the place today because I'm not on my usual good game because I feel like my throat and my ears, and I'm trying not to talk as much and things like that. But hope you guys just bear with me and just understand that sometimes stuff happens, and I showed up. I got to give myself credit for showing up. Sometimes you got to give yourself credit for showing up. You know what? I think that's going to be my word for the day. My word for the day is, my quote for the day, my inspiration for the day is, sometimes you got to give yourself credit for just showing up. Listen, I showed up this morning. I knew I wasn't going to be on my A game because I don't feel on my A game right now. However, I showed up. And I'm going to give myself some grace for showing up. Because I could have easily said, you know what? I sound terrible. I can barely breathe. My throat keeps itching. My ears are itching and clogged up. I don't want to show up this morning, but I did. Sometimes you have to show yourself grace. Give yourself some grace. Give yourself some credit for just showing up. Because sometimes it's tough. And I think one of the toughest times that I showed up was when my mom passed away. I showed up that day. I didn't show up at my best, but I showed up nonetheless. That's all I got for you today. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you spent the last 41 minutes with me, and I love you and appreciate you the life for that. Listen, if you miss any episode of the show, be sure to go to goodmorninggwinnett.com to listen to past episodes there, and be sure to follow me on Facebook at Good Morning Gwinnett, follow me on Instagram at Good Morning Gwinnett, and follow me on the Twitter at GM Gwinnett. Also, be sure to download the app from the App Store. If you got an Android or Apple phone, there's an app for that, for the Good Morning Gwinnett show in the App Store. So download the app from the App Store. And if you listen to this show on Apple Podcasts, go to Apple Podcasts, find your favorite 2 episodes, and give them 5 stars. I love you and appreciate you for that. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. God willing. Listen, stay safe out there. Tell your family and friends you love them. And until next time, my good friends, until next time, make it a great day. Bye now.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you like this episode, subscribe now and share with your friends. To learn more about Noise Media Network, visit noisemedia.us.